Level 1, intake. The air conditioning hits your sweat at 61 degrees. You are sitting on a steel bench grooved with 44 vertical scratch marks. A fluorescent bulb flickers above. Dante is beside you, wearing a gray t-shirt stained with dried mustard. He has been here before. Keep your eyes on the yellow painted line, he says. His voice is flat. His right shoe taps the concrete exactly twice per second. They call his name at 3:14 in the morning. He stands up, leaves through the heavy glass door, and walks back into the world. You are left alone with the hum of the vending machine. A 1.75 bag of chips hangs caught on the coil. 1 minutes later, a guard tosses you an orange jumpsuit. The fabric smells heavily of industrial bleach and stale sweat. You strip down. The cold air bites your skin. In the holding tank, you meet Julian. He is staring at a crack in the cinderblock wall. His hands are shaking. First time, he asks, you nod. He exhales a sharp, ragged breath. He tells you he was supposed to pick up his daughter at 5:30. It is now 7:42 a.m. The reality of the concrete settles into your bones. The heavy steel door clangs shut. 3 heavy clanks. 1 hollow thud. Your old life is officially gone. The yellow painted line on the floor stretches into the dark corridor. You step forward. Into nothing. Level 2, general population. The noise is a physical weight. It presses against your eardrums the moment you step onto Block 4B. 118 men packed into an echoing cavern of steel grates and peeling gray paint. You grip your plastic bedroll. It weighs exactly 3.4 pounds. Julian is assigned to the cell next to yours. He looks smaller here. You walk past cell doors, keeping your eyes down. You remember what Dante said. Keep your eyes on the yellow painted line. Your cellmate is asleep, or pretending to be. You slide your paper, thin mattress, onto the top bunk. Day 4. The commissary list arrives. A single packet of instant coffee costs $1.89. You have a $14.50 on your books. Julian trades 3 honey buns for a pair of slightly worn shower shoes. The economy of survival establishes itself in your brain. 600 p.m. count. You stand at the bars. Your hands are gripping the cold steel. The metal is smooth, polished by decades of palms. A guard walks by, his radio hissing static. You wait for the heavy steel door at the end of the tier to lock. 3 heavy clanks. 1 hollow thud. Night falls, but the lights never truly go out. A low hum of electricity vibrates through the wall against your skull. You stare at the ceiling. Julian coughs through the cinder block. You calculate how many days are left. 1,462 days. You close your eyes and listen to the breathing of strangers. Level 3, the routine. The calendar stops meaning anything after month 14. Time becomes a loop of exact, measured movements. Wake up at 4:30 a.m. Stand for count at 500. The metal tray slides through the slot at exactly 6:12 a.m., carrying 6.5 ounces of gray oatmeal. You eat it in 4 minutes. In the yard, the sun beats down on the cracked concrete. The yellow painted line snakes around the perimeter fence. You keep your eyes on it. Just like Dante told you in holding. A rusted barbell clanks nearby. Julian is standing by the chain link fence, looking at a crumpled photograph. His daughter turned 7 yesterday. He missed it. He trades a $4.50 pouch of mackerel for a single stamped envelope. You look at his hands. The shaking has stopped. The panic is gone, replaced by a dull, heavy stillness. That is worse. You have a job now in the laundry room. 18 cents an hour. The heat is suffocating. The steam presses against your face like a wet rag. You load 45-pound bags of damp canvas into a churning steel drum. The noise drowns out the voices in your head. Week 62. A new guy walks into Block 4B. He stares at the ceiling, wide-eyed, terrified. He asks you when the hot water comes on. You look at him. You don't answer. You fold a standard issue towel. The fabric smells heavily of industrial bleach. 3 heavy clanks echo from the main gate. You don't even flinch. Level 4, the shift. The air pressure changes in the block before violence happens. You feel it in your teeth. Tuesday, 1:14 p.m. A dispute over a $12.50 debt erupts by the stairwell. 2 shanks. Blood on the polished concrete. You don't look. You turn around and walk perfectly in stride toward your cell. You are learning the unwritten physics of this place. Avoid the blind spots. Never stand near the phone banks on Sundays. Julian gets moved to a higher security wing in November. They found a homemade charger in his mattress. You watch him pack his things in a clear plastic garbage bag. He doesn't say goodbye. He just nods once, his eyes empty. The cell feels massive without his coughing. You take over the side hustle he left behind, ironing shirts for the administration trustees. You charge 2 bags of coffee or 3 ramen noodles per shirt. A 400% markup. Your locker box starts to fill up. You have 68.75 in commissary wealth. It feels like $1 million on the outside. But the paranoia creeps in. Sleep becomes a luxury. You lie awake at 200 a.m. A shadow passes your bars. You grip the sharpened toothbrush under your pillow. 4.5 inches of melted orange plastic. Your heart pounds in your throat. You listen to the hum of the ventilation system 2 floors down. You realize you have stopped dreaming about the outside. The concrete is all there is. Level 5, the trustee. You are moved to the administration wing. The air conditioning returns. 68 degrees of sterile, filtered air. The floor tiles are pristine white, broken only by a freshly painted yellow line. You push a heavy mop bucket exactly 12 feet down the corridor, wring it out, and repeat. You see Julian through a reinforced glass window in segregation. He is pacing a 6 by 9 foot box. He has lost 32 pounds. His eyes lock onto yours, but there is no recognition. Just a hollow stare. He looks like a ghost haunting his own body. He turns away. You grip the wooden handle of your mop tightly. It costs him another 18 months in the hole. You keep moving. Officer Miller is stationed at the control desk. He is a heavy man. His boots scuff the linoleum when he walks. You drop a folded kite, a smuggled note, by accident while emptying his trash can. A critical mistake. It holds debts worth $145 in commissary. Miller steps on it. He picks it up. He could write you up. He could burn it. He unfolds it, reads the numbers, and folds it back. He slides it beneath your mop bucket. I don't tax ghosts, he says, taking a slow sip from his thermos. He doesn't look at you. It costs him nothing to report you, but he doesn't. He marks the ledger. 3 heavy clanks from the electronic gate. You breathe. Level 6, the long hall. The outside world is completely erased. You do not remember the smell of rain. You only know the scent of industrial bleach and floor wax. Year 6 begins on a Thursday. You have $412.50 in your account. You run the unofficial laundry ledger now. You dictate who gets clean sheets and who sleeps on gray, stiff canvas. Power is microscopic here, but it weighs a ton. Officer Miller pauses by the laundry room door. He taps his thermos against the doorframe. I don't tax ghosts, he says, tossing a confiscated contraband radio onto your folding table. He walks away. His heavy boots scuff the concrete. You hide it inside a hollowed-out detergent drum. News from segregation trickles down in late February. Julian hung himself with a braided bedsheet. 3:14 in the morning. The exact time Dante left. The numbers spin in your head. You don't cry. You don't feel anything at all. You just stare at the yellow painted line, separating the heavy washers from the dryers. Your heart beats a steady 62 beats per minute. You have adapted perfectly. A 19-year-old kid gets assigned to your detail. He is shaking. He asks you how to fold the administrative towels. You look at him. His eyes are wide, terrified. You hand him a 1.89 packet of instant coffee. Keep your eyes on the yellow painted line, you say. Your voice sounds exactly like Dante's. Level 7, the short timers. You have exactly 41 days left. The number sits heavy on your chest. You stop sleeping entirely. 421 days behind you, and the last 40 feel longer than all of them combined. Men who are about to leave become sudden targets. You stay in your cell. You read a battered paperback with 212 pages missing. Officer Miller pauses by your bars on Tuesday night. He doesn't look in. He taps his dented thermos against the steel frame. I don't tax ghosts, he says, softly. He slips a small, sealed envelope through the lower tray slot. Inside is a pristine, unstamped letter of recommendation for a warehouse job on the outside. It cost him nothing to fake a reference, but he didn't. He signed his real name, badge number, and phone extension. You fold it into a square exactly 2 inches wide. You hide it deep in your left shoe. The air on block 4B feels thinner now. You walk past the cell where Julian used to sleep. It houses a new kid with a 5,000 zals in bail he can't pay. The kid is crying silently into a gray canvas pillow. You don't stop. You don't offer him coffee. You just keep walking. The fear of the outside world is a physical cold in your stomach. What do you do with hands that only know how to hold a mop? The PA system crackles. 600 PM count. Your last one. Level 8 the exit. Intake holding. The air conditioning hits your sweat at exactly 61 degrees. You are sitting on the same steel bench grooved with 44 vertical scratch marks. You are wearing a pair of stiff gray sweatpants and a plain white t-shirt. They gave you a plastic debit card loaded with $14.50. Gate money. The fluorescent bulb still flickers above, casting long shadows. You are waiting for the final paperwork. A heavy glass door opens violently. A guard brings in a new arrival. Early 20s, terrified, wearing a wrinkled suit jacket. His hands are shaking. He looks at the cinderblock walls, hyperventilating. He sits down next to you. The silence is deafening. The hum of the broken vending machine vibrates through the floor. The exact same 1.75 bag of barbecue chips hangs caught on the rusted coil. The kid looks at you. His eyes are wide, begging for an anchor. Begging for someone to tell him it ends. You stare straight ahead. You remember the cold. You remember Julian coughing through the wall. Keep your eyes on the yellow painted line, you say. Your voice is flat, completely empty. Your right shoe taps the concrete exactly twice per second. They call your name at 3:14 in the morning. You stand up, leave through the heavy glass door, and walk back into the world. 3 heavy clanks. 1 hollow thud. The door locks behind you.